Charles Leclerc claimed a brilliant win for Ferrari at the season-opening Bahrain Grand Prix, while Red Bull suffered two late podium-costing retirements as a new era of F1 got off to a pulsating start in the desert. Leclerc and Max Verstappen went toe-to-toe for much of the first race of the year and had multiple thrilling wheel-to-wheel battles before a safety car proceeded. Last gasp, drama and agony for Red Bull and joy for Ferrari. Verstappen, the reigning world champion who was running second, saw his race ended with a reliability failure with just 3 laps remaining, opening the door for Carlos Sainz to seal a Ferrari 1-2. It was Ferrari's first win since 2019, ending their second longest drought in their history, with a fast start to the new rules. The heartache, meanwhile, was not over for Red Bull as Sergio Perez, who Red Bull confirms also had a few point issue, spun when under pressure from Lewis Hamilton in a battle for third on the final lap. Perez also did not finish the race, but completed damage limitation to the extreme for Mercedes as George Russell finished fourth at the end of the race, where the sports world champions were much slower than their rivals. But this undoubtedly was Ferrari's day. Leclerc held his nerve throughout, even during the epic head-to-head battles with Verstappen over 3 consecutive laps after the early pit stop, where he was passed twice into turn 1 before hitting back immediately. It's incredible to be back at the top, said Leclerc after the race. Ferrari is back and it's probably back, said Carlos Sainz. Kevin Magnussen claimed incredible fifth for Haas, F1's slowest car last year, ahead of Valtteri Bottas, who similarly shone for Alfa Romeo. Bottas' teammate Guan Yu Zhou enjoyed a successful start to his F1 career, finishing 10th. Red Bull, the pre-race favourites, however, conceded that Ferrari had a faster car for the season opener, but they were still set for a large haul of points before their problems. The inquest will last long into the secure evening. The issues appeared to start right after Verstappen's third stop of the day. The Dutchman, who earlier voiced his anger on the team radio over the strategy, but so again after exiting the pits, insisting he couldn't steer. The team boss Christian Horner said was the track rod issue, but unrelated to one that ended his race. Verstappen was passed by Sainz on lap 55 of lap 57 before slowing right down and limping to the pits with a fuel pump fault, which was also a diagnosis for Perez's exit 2 laps later. A brutal finish to us, Horner said. Well, what looked like a decent haul of points suddenly evaporated in the last couple of laps. A frustrated Verstappen said, of course you can always say the problems can happen and you might have a retirement, but I think at this level, after having so much information, it shouldn't happen. And in fact, Pierre Gasly retired in the Red Bull powered AlphaTauri, his smoking exit causing the safety car as a miserable season opener for Red Bull. Ferrari now have a huge early points advantage thanks to the failures and appear genuine title contenders with the F175 car. That third and fourth massively flattened Mercedes, and that says it all about how far off the pace the Ferraris were at the opening race. Although having sat out with damage limitation in mind, they couldn't have hoped for much more from Sunday's race. Hamilton, after momentarily getting past Perez at the start of the race, had a largely lonely race afterwards. He and new teammate George Russell were half a minute off the pace before the late safety car, but that brought them back into the pack, and to their credit, the W13 cars had great pace following the restart, and Hamilton was all over the back of Perez's car before he tripped up at turn 1. You can see how you can manage expectations, said Toto Wolff. If we would have come in third and fourth last year, it would have been very frustrating, but this year I think we are punching above our weight. I think third and fourth is a fantastic result. Elsewhere there were great double point scoring results for Alfa Romeo and Alpine. At the end of the spectrum, however, the Mercedes powered teams, Aston Martin, Williams and most surprisingly McLaren, all struggled filling their bottom positions for the whole race, and that does make you wonder if there any are Mercedes power unit issues as well. But before I go, final classification, starting off with Charles Leclerc, just absolutely incredible. Carlos Sainz second, he'll be relieved because he was a bit off the pace, but yeah, Ferraris get a 1-2, slightly fortuitous, but yeah, incredible, and they're proper title contenders. For Mercedes, even Magnussen, Bottas, Ocon, really, I think they'll all be delighted with that, probably the maximum they can do. Sonoda as well in 8th, really good start to the season for him, picking up solid points. Hopefully that's what we see on a consistent basis. I think Alonso in 9th will be frustrated because, yeah, he was quicker than Ocon on Saturday, so not to continue for that through the race will be disappointed. I'm so happy for Guan Yu Zhou getting points in his first race, and yeah, he looked like a really solid addition to the F1 grid, so hopefully you can see more from him. And then Mick Schumacher in 11th, disappointing compared to where Magnussen was, got spun around as well, that was an incredible save, but yeah, still disappointing weekend compared to K-Mag really. And then Stroll in 12th, Albon in 13th, I think they'll be disappointed not to be in the points in such a competitive race, and yeah, the McLarens as well, they're just miles off the pace at the moment, they need quick fixes to those brake issues and fast. And then you've got Latifi in 16th, he just didn't have the the pace of his teammate all weekend, and Hulkenberg in 17th, so I don't know what happened to him because he seems to be ahead for quite a lot of the race, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happened to him. And then obviously the retirees, Red Bull, really frustrating for them. It looked like we were all going to be on for such a great result, but it just didn't pan out. And yeah, with Gasly retiring as well, that'd be frustrating because he definitely could have scored some points. They need to find a solution to those issues that they were having. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. To like, share, subscribe, leave thoughts, comments down below. If you want to test for daily F1 news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen right now, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.